The president has praised Senate Republicans for passing the bill. Speaking to reporters, he had this to say.
It tells you there's something for everyone. I mean, it's a great bill. There is something for everyone. And I think it's going to go very nicely in the House. Actually, I think it will be easier in the House than it was in the Senate.
Joining us now is Dr. Bobby Eberle, a Republican strategist. Thank you so much for joining us. First, your reaction to what we've seen play out in the Senate the last few days and what got this bill across the finish line.
Well, thanks for having me on. And yeah, this has been a crazy couple days. It's been crazy ever since the House passed their version. And what we saw was basically the America First Trump agenda and Trump momentum in full action. We saw him, with some foreign policy wins in the last couple of weeks, and he just took that momentum right over to the Senate and said, look, we're going to get this done. And there was a lot of arm twisting, a lot of negotiations, and we'll see how it goes in the House side. But with the Senate side, the major provisions that the president wanted all ended up there intact, brought enough senators over for Vance to break the tie. But boy, it was close, and we'll see. It does give that some of these House holdouts some ammunition to I think play a little bit of hardball, but in the end, I think we get this done.
Bobby, this bill defunds Planned Parenthood, but only for 1 year. Your reaction to that, and how difficult would it be for Congress to block the taxpayer dollars going towards abortion a year from now when this timeline expires?
Well, that part's a little bit frustrating because even in this bill, when we're talking about no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, those run out in 2028, so those are temporary as well. Now is the time to get this done, and I fear that it would be even harder next year around when we're going into an election for Republicans to hold strong, to have some backbone and say, yes, we're going to fight this provision even though it's an election year. Democrats love to use the abortion issue as a rallying cry, and so I really wish they would have gotten this done. And I'm, I just can't put a finger on if it will pass next year, but I hope they have that political will, and I hope they have that backbone to just do it and do it once and for all.
Absolutely. So now the bill heads back to the House, where some changes have been made since going over to the Senate. First, how will House Republicans react to the Medicaid cuts, do you think?
Well, this was interesting because it was kind of the House that led the way on the Medicaid side, reforming, getting rid of, actually implementing work requirements. They were balking on it at the Senate a little bit, and then the Senate came on strong, it seems, at the end. So I have a feeling that one will be okay. There'll be some moderate Republicans that might take pause to it a little bit, but the whole idea is based on the fact that if you're able-bodied, you should be able to work and should work for these government benefits. I think that's a key common sense concept that we can sell to the American people, and it's important that these legislators get out there to their base, to their voters, and let them know exactly what that means, because on the other side, the Democrats are truly spinning it as these draconian cuts, taking people off. No, we're requiring people to work for the government benefit that they're getting.
And Bobby, what about things like energy credits and the SALT deduction tax? How will that go over with House Republicans?
Well, the House Republicans were the ones that really wanted to push that increase. And I come from Texas, so, that was one of the ones that I personally have a little sticking point with as far as rewarding these blue states for bad policies. The whole idea is that, hey, you're getting soaked at the state level with some of these, maybe it's income tax, maybe it's other taxes. You can deduct that from your federal level. Well, what about the states that don't have those? And we're helping subsidize blue state taxpayers. It kind of philosophically doesn't sit well with me either. But that 40,000 level was pretty much hashed out. I think that will stay and be part of the bill.
Dr. Bobby Eberle, thank you so much for your thoughts and your time.
Thank you.
All right, friends, thanks again for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And before you go, please hit that subscribe button above. Once you do, tell your friends, share it, spread the word about the 13-minute news hour so we can keep growing. And for more great content, check out these videos right here, and I'll see you next time.